Are we on the brink of World War III? Unfortunately, it's not out of the question. You've probably been hearing a lot about Ukraine and Russia lately. And look, I get it. It's complicated, but I want to make you the smartest one of all of your friends, so here's a ridiculous metaphor to simplify. Vladimir Putin is the president, dictator of Russia, and he lives in this gorgeous luxury apartment building, aka Eastern Europe. But this greedy dude is never going to be satisfied until he gets to call the whole top floor his penthouse, and he's been an about it for over a decade. Back in 2014, he punched a hole through the living room wall of his neighbor, Ukraine, and took over the beautifully newly renovated breakfast nook, Crimea. Now it looks like he's trying to knock down the rest of the walls, into the kitchen, the bedrooms, you get it, open floor plans, super in right now. Over the past few weeks, hundreds of thousands of Russian construction men, soldiers, gathered in the hallway between the apartments, the border, and this week, demolition officially began. So why does it matter? Well, for one, wars are f***ing bad, people. The U.S. obviously doesn't have clean hands here. We've invaded many a small country and started many an unnecessary war. It's wrong when we do it, and it's wrong when others do it. So what's next? It doesn't look great. Keep in mind the innocent people of Ukraine. And maybe let's use this as a moment to remember why our country needs to behave as an example so that the rest of the world can trust us in a moment like this. The truth? You can't handle the truth. And it turns out neither can the servers for Trump's new app. Welcome to Flop City, bitch. Ever since the user formerly known as @RealDonaldTrump was booted from every major platform for, inciting an insurrection, he's been doing his best Xtina impression about launching his own social network.
It's coming, I promise.
This week he finally got something off the ground. His own little bootleg Twitter. And it's called Truth Social. Creative. Now, it did immediately shoot to the top of the App Store's free charts. But a big part of that is probably because of people like us. We tried to sign up, and it wouldn't even trigger a f***ing confirmation email. So the team really just launched vibes and bugs instead of a functional application. But the app did make sure to send everybody campaign fundraising promotions. Never misses an opportunity. For Trump's relationship with his supporters, thousands of diehard Trump fans frantically asking for help downloading his janky, bug-riddled app while he waits in his ugly palace in Florida for their money to come streaming in is probably the best you could do. I am famously not a baseball fan, and the sports ratings show that most Americans really aren't either. But their ongoing off-season drama is petty as f***. If you're looking for a metaphor for Trump's relationship with his supporters, thousands of diehard Trump fans I am famously not a baseball fan, and the sports ratings show that most Americans really aren't either. But their ongoing off-season drama is petty as f***. And from what I understand, spring training was supposed to have started by now. And it is very much not underway considering the Major League Baseball owners literally locked out their players back in December. A silly little power flex. And the two sides are incapable of reaching a deal thus far. Training has been pushed to March 5th, which is soon. But there are no signs of movement on either side despite the fact that they're having a lot of meetings in places that look like public parks. Here's the real gag. Coaches and players aren't even allowed to communicate. So players recovering from gnarly injuries are just kind of winging it without their trainers. That blows. Look, we are in the era of player empowerment in all sports leagues right now, and we celebrate that. None of these games would exist without these players putting their bodies on the line. And obviously, we root for the laborers on this show. But increasingly, so many of these disputes are between billionaires and multimillionaires arguing over just a few extra $1 million. Which leaves me with a question. Is this really what sports has become? Okay, have you heard of Hank the Tank?
No.
No? No? No, there's nobody here. The bear. Hank the Tank is a 500-pound bear in California who has gone completely viral because he's no longer afraid of humans. So he's invading their homes and taking all their shit, eating beanbags, rummaging through trash, and he's the biggest bear ever, which led me down this bear hole.
Been there?
Been down there. And there's something called Fat Bear Week.
I've been there too.
Fat Bear Week is where the bear researchers lobby takes all the fattest bears in California and nature parts of this country, and like you get to vote on who the like fattest best bear is, which first of all, bear body positivity we are here for, and I love to be a participant in Fat Bear Week. Is there anything we have to say else about enormous animals?